as I was preparing for this video, I was going to call it 5 scams you need to be aware of in today's real estate market. But you know what? Something happened to me this week. So now it's 6 scams you need to be aware of this week. Stick around. Hi, welcome back. My name's Joe Brown, and I'm a realtor with Century 21, List with Vacant, located in South Tampa. Thank you so much for being here with me today. So just as a reminder, at the end of the video, I'll have my website. Go to my website. I have blogs. You can search for homes. I have custom searches. The Vacant Enterprises group has some beautiful beach projects underway. You can check those out. So anyway, just a quick ad for the end of the video. So in the introduction, I said I had really planned 5 scams you need to be aware of in today's real estate market. And something happened just the other day, which makes it 6. And I'll share that one at the end. Number 1, and this is really for buyers, okay? You're buying a home, you go to closing, you have to wire funds. Wire fraud is, I won't say the number 1, it could be number 1, but one of the major things happening right now. There are scammers out there who are faking email addresses and sending wiring instructions. And a lot of people are duped, saying, "Oh, this is from Joe Brown. Let me wire the funds." So this is what I tell my clients, every buyer I work with. Number 1, I will never send you wiring instructions. Never. Number 2, if you receive wiring instructions from the title company or the mortgage company, always call your contact to verify the information, right? There's just so much wire fraud scams. And here's my understanding, right? Once that money gets wired to a different account, it's kind of lost, right? You can't get it back in most cases. So extra caution. If you get an email, wire funds, always call your contact to double check those instructions. Number 2 scam is what I'll call loan flippers. So you're a buyer, you're shopping for a mortgage, your credit may not be great, but there's a company that is willing to front you money for the mortgage. They may have high fees. You may not really be able to afford the mortgage, right? So you struggle. Well, why would a company do that? Well, think about what happens legally. This company is fronting you the money to get the house. If you can't pay, where does the house go? Goes to the mortgage company, right? So it's these loan flippers. So here's my caution. Always shop around, right? Just don't call one. Shop around. Make sure they are reputable, right? Make sure they adhere to the National Mortgage Finance rules. Check their reviews on Google, right? Just do your due diligence. Shop around. Ask for, what are your fees? What are the rates? How long does it take to close? All of those issues you need to be aware of beforehand. Another thing that's happening now are houses that are in the foreclosure process. And think about foreclosures. You're not able to make mortgage payments. You receive notice saying, "Hey, you're behind in your process, in your payments. If you don't catch it up, we're going to have to take one step further and take the house back from you." Well, there are different outfits out there that will come in saying, listen, for a fee, we'll take care of this foreclosure for you. And you think, great, I'm going to get help. And you pay this fee, nothing happens, right? The people do nothing and you still foreclose, plus you're out the fee. So be very careful. And I will tell you, I have sent letters to people who are behind in their mortgage and they've received a notice of liens pendens, but just means you're behind in your payments. My company, List with Beggins, has a contact with a lawyer who will give a free 1-hour consultation, absolutely confidential, right? All I do is I give you the number, you talk to the lawyer, and that's between you two. I don't hear anything else. So listen, these companies that want to charge a fee, just don't buy it. Stick around. Again, if you're in that situation, reach out to me. And I'll get you the number of the lawyer that we refer people to. Okay. And as I said, that's a free 1-hour consultation. A fourth scam we have to be careful of are fake listings. And my wife even told me about this recently. Even for rentals, that somebody put on Craigslist, hey, we have a mother-in-law suite for rent. And so people have put down deposits for this mother-in-law suite, and they show up at the house, and the owner of the house has no idea what's going on, and the house itself doesn't even have a mother-in-law suite. But people were duped, by going online, Craigslist, and so forth. And I will tell you, with the advancement of AI, I can create a beautiful picture of a house with mother-in-law suite and everything using AI, and none of it exists. So that's why I encourage people, first of all, use a realtor or have a trusted friend to go put their eyes on the property to make sure it's legitimate. Just don't take things off the internet. But that's happening. People are losing security deposits, losing money for places that aren't real, aren't there. Fifth scam deals with moving, right? So you're especially if you're moving from out of town into Tampa. So you hired this company to move all of your goods down here, and they don't arrive, right? And a lot of times they want at least 50% payment and 50% when the job's done. Some want payment all up front, but the goods never arrive. That happened to a teacher that I hired, was moving from Michigan, loaded everything on a truck. She got down here, truck never arrived. Now, to be fair, it may not be the I can't say that, trucking company itself. It could be the drivers. But that's why you have to do your due diligence. Just don't go for the lowest price. Go for the best reputation, right? So that's move. But here's the scam that happened to me this week. Now, I wasn't caught up in it, but here's the story. So as a realtor, right, I want listings. I want people to say, hey, Joe, I want to sell my house. Can you sell my property for me? Well, sure enough, I get an email saying, hey, Joe, I've seen you online. I have property in Ruskin I want to sell. Can you help me sell it? And I think, wow, great, okay. But something in my gut, right, just didn't feel right. I don't know what it was. It was just, I'm a baby boomer. By nature, baby boomers are skeptical about stuff. So I just wasn't sure about this. So I replied, hey, give me a call. Let's talk about it. Sure enough, the guy calls me. Said, listen, I want to sell it in the next couple of weeks. Can you work out a value for me? I said, absolutely. Send me an email address, and I can send you what I come up with. I still wasn't sure. So I researched who the owner was, and that's the name I was given in the email and email address. So I tracked down this owner on Facebook, and I sent him a Facebook message saying, hey, I was contacted by somebody saying they were you to sell the property. Was that actually you? And the guy messaged back saying, that is a scam. That's the second time that's happened this year. The property is not for sale. So I mentioned to my broker what happened, and Craig said, that's happening about 60 times a month. Really, with vacant land. So title companies, at least the title company we work with, getting very savvy, wanting IDs, check IDs, verify IDs, so forth, before they even go through the process. So here's my caution. If you're out there and you own vacant land, absolutely check to make sure your land's not listed for sale anywhere. Check Craigslist, Zillow, whatever. But that scam is happening. The industry is trying to crack down on, how to prevent that. But yeah, there are people out there who are intent on stealing money, stealing your property, so forth. So there's several scams going on. Best to be alert, do your due diligence, check reviews, always call to verify information, okay? As I said earlier, go to my website, joebrownc21.com. You can search for homes, you can read my blogs, you can send me a message, there's a contact me button. I want to be your trusted advisor. That's why I share this information with you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And until next week, take care.